What's up everyone? Been a month since I uploaded. March got pretty busy. Overall in terms of moves, I think everything has gotten back to the way it was before I sprained my ankle, and not too much past that. So during week 1 I had a pretty good practice week, but week 2 was taken by Chicago. I visited the place with some friends for about a week. During these weeks, a pain from my lower left neck to behind my shoulder blade that only happened while I laid down for some reason started to develop, so I didn't have a good chance to practice during that week. I also did a lot of things in Chicago with my friend and it was pretty cool. When I got back to SoCal, I saw a chiropractor for the pain, and after he aligned my neck, he told me to not practice for 1 to 2 weeks. Of course, I interpreted that as 1 week. So basically say goodbye to week 3 as a practice week. And just like that, week 4 hit. And this was pretty fast, I expected March to be a pretty good month in terms of practice, but so far I didn't really. In fact, I might have even regressed just a little bit after week 3 because I didn't practice for 2 weeks. So when week 4 hit, I actually got pretty excited because I was feeling super hype since one of my friends, actually a lot of my friends, were competing at something called UCBL, which is Unified Collegiate Breaking League. The event used to be called Schools for Fools in the previous years. We actually drove up there with 3 members of the UC Irvine team, and seeing the event from pretty much front row seat up close, and even from different angles behind the DJ and everything, it really inspired me further to train much harder. Being in the same car as people competing and hearing them talk about strategy and oh, you take on this guy, you take on that guy, it was pretty interesting. After coming back from the event at San Fran, I actually got a little sick from one of my friends. It was just a little cough, nothing too big, but it definitely did hinder me a little bit. It wasn't enough to stop me from going to a session at my friend's garage, just like the old days. It really brought back a lot of energy, and I realized something that seems so obvious. Sometimes you might think, I gotta train on my own and not get distracted or anything like that, and I can do it on my own and everything. I thought that for the longest time, but honestly for me, I think I train much harder when my friends are with me. So I'm gonna make it a thing that I go out at least once every month to a session. Probably get a recording of it too. So moving forward from there, after I learned all of this from March, just traveling and going to places, going to the B-Boy event, I feel like I need to start changing up the way I train. I'm going to practice a lot more foundation. Just foundational moves of freezes, footwork, top rock, and for power, I realized that I really got to pull out a lot of energy for me to do flares with my shoes on. In fact, flares take so much from me that I'm going to make this my main move for this month. So focused that I guarantee I'll have 8 flares with my shoes on at the end of the month, or I'll just quit doing them for a year and train other power moves that are more foundational, such as swipes and mills. So April is the month. I highly expect my journey to flares to be completely transformed after this month. Also, I'll still be maintaining the other moves even though flares will be my main focus. Maybe just by doing minor maintenance with high consistency, the other moves will still improve. So I feel like I actually really like doing these discussion videos. The progression videos were a good start for me to get comfortable uploading and talking into the mic, but a discussion of overall progress after a month just feels right to me. The progression videos won't end though. Once I get the whole entire move, I'll make a whole progression for it. Also, what I'll do is, instead of just posting progressions every single month, I'll do it when I have a substantial gain for that certain move. So after this really busy month, I feel like I really want to start growing my channel now, and I'm going to try to do weekly videos. It's a new idea that I thought of randomly, actually the only weekly thing I could think of for a novice breaker like me. I'm going to do weekly freeze transitions. I'm going to call the series Super Stacks because I really like alliterations. Basically, I'm going to take all the basic freezes and learn how to transition all of them, so every combination possible. I'll upload an introduction video with more details later. So another thing that I really want to make as a video is a Hyper Trick School Level 1 review. Pretty much I talked about everything so far for breaking. In terms of tricking, I've been trying to master the moves from that DVD. I definitely want to talk more about that, so I'll come out with that review as soon as I can, probably next month once I've completed it. But just a quick update for backflips, I've finally got it back to the gray mat. It felt so good when I did it. Like, the fear was so strong in the past weeks that I would think about it before I sleep, and it just got to me, you know, like I just had to break through it, and I felt so happy when I finally did. And this was like this week too, like a few days ago. Super happy about that. Alright, so the last thing, I feel like I really flooded this video with a whole bunch of random things, but I really want my strength to improve, so what better way to do that than mastering the basics? So the push-up. It's always been one of my goals to do 100 perfect push-ups. I'll also upload these weekly. The program supposedly takes 7 weeks, but I tried it a while back and I didn't really follow through. I don't know if it takes 7 weeks honestly, but I'll try it. This time I'm gonna be really adamant about it and not stop, not like do anything that might, you know, compromise me doing it. So after that, the whole push-up series is done and I get 100. I'll move on to trying to get my next goal that I've always wanted. This one seems easier, but I'm not sure because right now I can only currently do like 5 pull-ups, but getting 20 pull-ups. Also, to truly master flares, I'm going to attempt learning the planche, like trying to get basically a perfect planche. I know a perfect planche is not needed for mastering flares, like only like a half press type planche is needed, but I want the perfect planche anyways, so I'm gonna make a progression videos for that eventually. Just know that currently I can only hold a tuck planche for about 5 seconds, and that's like my max, like if I tried really hard. So let's see how that goes. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks so much if you stuck around for this entire video. I know I kind of talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and it totally feels like I'm just flooding myself with stuff to do, but it feels exciting and I feel ready for it. I have to remind myself sometimes that one of the reasons I'm doing YouTube is to connect with people also. So if you're also a novice breaker like me, or just somebody trying to improve with something, anything, just like progressing with your life, you know, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to check out your stuff, your videos. And as I said earlier, I'd like to start trying to grow the channel, so I'd appreciate any likes and subscriptions, or even if you wanted a collab or something. Again, thanks so much if you stuck around to the end of this video. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next episode.